going on, good people? It's your boy Shmoo right here with my boy Dame. What's going on?
Detroit basketball #1 pick in NBA draft for 21.
And y'all gonna mess it up as usual. But
don't ruin it for me. Let's just sink in. We're gonna get on there another topic. Yeah, we're gonna get on, I just want to share that real quick. I did my lifetime. I'm still sour about the Darko Milicic. But anyway, back to the stories.
So what's going on, good people? Y'all already know what it is. We here, sports talk, give y'all the fans' perspective. Got a dope show lined up, some good topics for y'all. We're gonna run through them real quick. You know what I mean? And give our opinions. So first up, we want to talk about Carl Nassib from the NFL, played for the Raiders. Defensive end. Earlier this week, he came out as the first active player to announce that he's gay. I think most of us remember Michael Sam. Back in the day, he announced that he was gay as well. It's just that he didn't. He played in a few preseason games. He just wasn't good enough to make the NFL. He got a lot of support from a lot of former players. I believe it was Warren Moon or somebody that was Warren Moon. I know for a fact came out in support of him, but he was like, he also stated that most of the NFL players, you know, this isn't new. They always knew that some of their teammates were gay and all that, but they were scared to come out because of the times. So a lot of people were giving him support. That he came out, and I think the major part of it is he donated $100,000 to the Trevor Project. Now, if anybody know about the Trevor Project, it's about crisis intervention and suicide prevention service to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender and queer individuals. So I thought that was cool. Raise awareness for that, because I believe the statistics show. I'm sorry, I ain't got the proper statistics in front of me, but I think we all know that people from the LGBTQ plus community have a higher rate of suicide than those of us that are not in that community. So I want to talk about that first. I want to get my boy Dame. I don't know if Will, you know, our super producer in the background, if he want to join us and give his perspective.
Producer of the year.
Producer of the year. So the platform is y'all. Tell me how y'all feel about it.
Will is a bit more articulate than I am when it comes to what's those things called words. So I'm going to go first. I'm just going to wonder, I'm not going to try to step on his lines, but when's going to be a time when it's going to stop being the first of something? It's 2021. This should have been stopped a long time ago. First black president, first woman to do, first vice president that's a woman and vice president, first gay person to come out. This has always been gay, somebody in the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA. Was it Collins for New Jersey Nets that came out for the NBA back in 1990 something?
Mm-hmm. And in 2000s, actually.
2000. Okay, yeah, it's right. The Lakers. Remember their reign. That's when it came out. He came out. Just bigotry and hatred. It has to go away. It has to because you see a locomotive train coming called equality and non-tolerance for hate. It's pushing its way forward. It's only a bit of time when it's going to get pushed out, and it's going to be the minority, not the majority, hating.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, from my perspective, what I was thinking about was the kind of the same thing you were saying about, you know, this continue to have to be newsworthy, highlights or newsworthy events, right? And not to say that this isn't a great thing for representation, but what I'm saying is that, we've gotten to a point where it's been, I want to say 25 years or 30 years since like the Ellen announcement, right? There's been lesbian or gay politicians that have come out. There's been sports figures. There's been, of course, you know, in TV, movies, things like that. There's been, so it's like, you know, things like this having to still be new, right? Like you were saying, Dame, you know, new things for African Americans to conquer, new things for LGBTQ to conquer, new things for women to conquer. And, you know, so it's the sad fact of this society that we live in that we still don't, or we still have to not only, you know, find the representation, but then, you know, it's like that becomes the big news, because it's like we're not seeing the representation where it should be, or where we think it should be, especially when you talk about numbers. You know, that's why it's always a shock when a Black person does something, because you're talking, we're the second or third largest minority in the country, or in certain areas rather, and then we're still just now first doing something, or being the first minority to do something when we are, like I said, like the second largest minority in a certain area, or the first largest minority in the area, and we're still doing these first. So it's, you know, it's like that sad fact of society, like Dame said, you know, either being it exclusion, being people not feeling a part of the society, feeling like they can't belong, or that if they, you know, because we still have people who can't rectify their own race, you know, people who are still searching for their gender, people are still, you know, and then sexuality being a big, you know, sticking point too. These kind of things are still affecting us and making it hard to live in this society. So
the only thing I will say that will probably be a first, and it should be a shock, would be transgender people, because that is relatively new within the last
10 or 20 years.
Yeah, because, you know, gay homosexuals have been around for a little bit longer, but as time went on, it's been more and more accepted. So that is slowly dying down. But the transgender, that's more fairly new.
Inclusion, that's
more fairly new. But the first Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, that should have been gone a long time ago, being the first of something.
Yeah, my as far as that transgender go, I think we could do a whole nother show on that.
I'll jump in on that one too.
Yeah, because I have quite an issue. I know I may offend some people, you know, and I just don't feel like they should be able to compete with, you know, I don't feel like if you're
with their identified
male should, if you were born a male, you should compete with the males.
Exactly, that's how I feel.
Because that's a different subject.
Yeah, I wanted to read the statement from the NFL, just a part of it. The NFL family is proud of Carl for courageously sharing his truth today. Representation matters. We share his hope that someday soon statements like this will no longer be newsworthy as we march toward full equality for the LGBTQ community. We wish Carl the best of luck this upcoming season. That's my take. You feel me? All right, cool. You came out. You may make it more comfortable for others to live their best life, to live in their truth. For me, my only issue is like I never want to people's sexuality to equate to racial equality. You know what I mean? If y'all understand what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I do. I understand.
You know, I understand they have their issues, they have their troubles, they have to get by, but like I never wanted to think it equals or supersedes what the racial inequalities, because at the end of the day, nobody really has to know anybody's sexuality. Nobody has to know who you're in love with or who you're sleeping with. none of that's none of anybody's business at the end of the day, in my opinion. You can't hide your race. You know what I mean? You are what you are. You know what I mean? You feel me? You can't hide it. So at the end of the day, some people definitely pass.
The vast
some people
majority
definitely can pass. You're right. You're absolutely correct about that. But it's like I'm at the point, like y'all stated earlier. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I like you said, I feel like it's I think it's a good thing for the inclusion, not only just inclusion, but for the representation, but also for like you said, the comfort level for others to feel comfortable in that space and not feel like, because the one thing that I think about with this is not just is it making it more comfortable for others that are in LGBTQ to feel comfortable to say that, but it makes it more comfortable for those that are that don't feel like they could belong in this organization or belong in that level of sports, and it gives them that opportunity to say, you know what, I might be able to do this now. There may be a place for me, or they may make me feel like I could be comfortable in that area because now it's being accepted, or it's being it's not being demonized, or whatever the case may be. Because I think that's the biggest problem with sports, right? Sports, the competitive nature of sports, the intensity of sports, and the way that people not only play and participate, but the way the fans react and things of that nature, it makes it a very, intense place to be, so not only being accepted for who you are, what you look like, how you play, how you act, right? Because part of it is being, the sportsman, like, being a sportsman, also being marketable, whatever the case may be. There's a lot to it, right? So, I think that also adds to that and allows people to say, you know what, I can belong in this, not only this sport, but also in that level of play.
I'm probably ruffle some feathers, but I actually don't care what your sexuality is. As long as you go for my team and you're producing for my team, good. Your sexuality, your race doesn't play a card in your ability to win for my team. So I'm actually not saying that it doesn't matter to them, their feelings. That's them. I don't know these people. I just want you to win for my team. Whoever's my number one draft pick for the Detroit Pistons, please be great. But that's it for this subject, this topic. Next topic. Thanks, Will.
No problem. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So what you want to get into? You want to get into your boy Ben Simmons?
No, not really, because nothing is there to get into. So he's. I told you weeks ago, he will cost Philly. He's going to cost them. Just didn't know it was going to be this bad, because he played great during the season. Not great, but he played his role during the season.
To me, he is what he is. I think people expect him to be something he's not. I was just watching the Scottie Pippen. When I watch him, we'll read his interview with GQ earlier. He ruffled a lot of feathers. He ruffled. KD came at him today on Twitter. But that's a story.
Was it his account or was the burner?
Nah, it was definitely his account. But he got to ask Scottie. But Scottie said it perfectly about Ben. He said, for the past 5 years, this young man has showed y'all who he is. He said, so going in, why would you think he'll be any different? He basically blamed Doc Rivers. He said Doc knows that he can't play that man at the end of the game. So why put him in? He said the man didn't have confidence. He's not like Giannis. Giannis, he could shoot 2 air balls at the free throw line and then come right back down, try to dunk on you because he's not scared. Scottie said he's not scared to be humiliated. He said Ben to miss a couple free throws, and then next thing you know, he's trying to pass the ball. He's scared to dribble the ball across half court, and everything. So I think at the end of the day, I think people like he's not a superstar. He's a really good player, an amazing defensive player. You feel me? But he's not this superstar that everybody expect him to be.
He's a very good role player. He plays his role as the taller point guard very well.
He reminds me of Draymond Green.
And I think that's when I sent you the text. That was one of the things I was talking about. Being a role player versus jack of all trades, or I forgot what I said, or the superstar.
Yeah, he's basically a jack of all trades, master of none. You know what I mean? But I do think like he could have won Defensive Player of the Year this year. He's a great passer. I just think his confidence got shooken. And when Nate McMillan decided to go to that hacker bin, it got into his psyche. And in sports, one of the main things is confidence. You feel me?
Facts.
You can be in the best shape of your life. You could be feeling good physically, everything. But if you're not there mentally, you feel me? It's going to be hard for you to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. And you can listen to him in his press conference at the end of the game. That last game, he was like, it's hard to win. It's hard to win. And he even said himself, I am who I am. Like he sounded defeated.
Yeah, they actually somebody actually said that he's not damaged. No, he's not broken, he's damaged at this point because your home Philly's a hard place to play. They booed Santa Claus. Come on now. You think they're not gonna boo you for making a pass where you could have dunked it? I mean, I don't know if it was the free throw line. He was scared to get fouled and go to the free throw line again, but that was an easy dunk. But I'm not going to kill him for that play because that's easy to dictate that because they will find every little thing that will to kill you with. It's the 0-4, 0-4, 0-4 the last few games that got me. Not just that one play. I'm not going to sacrifice one play because you probably thought, hey, somebody coming over my back, they can easily block me, and they're going the other way.
I think that play was a microcosm of the bigger issue. That's why he was 0-for-0 because he was scared. And his explanation was he thought Gallinari was on his back. You feel me? At the end of the day, bro, you 6'11". You 6'10", 6'11" with a 7-foot wingspan. Man, just go up and dunk the ball. He was scared he was going to get fouled. So he ain't want that pressure on him. So he passed it to Tybula.
Oh, he played hot potato real quick.
Exactly.
Like, oh no.
But since we on that, I want to give props to like I said, I got Milwaukee coming out the East, but they lost last night to the team who beat Ben and them, the Atlanta Hawks. Everybody got to start putting some respect on Trae Young's name. Please. Ice Trae, you got to put some respect on that young man's name. He dropped 48 last night, and he's up for the challenge. He loves playing on the road. He talked to the fans. He talking smack. It's all in love and fun. But, you got to get that man because he was getting killed early on in his career, even though it's still early on, but because he got traded for Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? So meanwhile, he's in the conference finals, and Luka Doncic never made it out the first round. So I want
he at home chilling. He up there watching the
playoffs. Facts. So I want to put some respect on his name. Actually, on my TV now, it's the Suns and the Clippers. Suns up by 4.
Oh, did you say 4?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You think they're gonna sweep them?
Yeah.
I think without Kawhi, it's looking ugly for him. CP3
Paul George, I want to give him his props. Game 7, without Kawhi, He did what he's supposed to do, but he's going against a beast right now, and a steamroller called the Phoenix Suns, and who the Pistons could have got years ago, and Book.
Yeah, D-Book balling. D-Book, they compared him to Kobe. I like he got that assassin mentality as Kobe. He's not as good as Kobe. He's not as big nor as athletic.
That's not fair. That's Kobe.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I don't really like that comparison. But I think D-Book is D-Book. He the first of his kind. He definitely can score that rock. He definitely can score that rock with the best of them. And, and he clutch. He another one that's not afraid of the moment. This is his first time in the playoffs, and he's showing up and showing out. So you gotta, gotta salute, tip your hat to him.
I got a real quick question for you.
Go ahead.
If the Pistons would have kept Donovan Mitchell and took those picks of Donovan Mitchell and D-Book,
yeah, that'll look crazy. That'll look crazy. That'll look crazy with them two on the same squad. That'll look crazy.
I just want to ask your a fan's perspective on that.
That'll be the best backcourt in the league. With all due respect to Steph and Clay, with all due respect, you feel me? I got Steph up there. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Steph's still top 3 in my book.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
He's a game changer.
Yeah, and I love Clay. I mean, like Clay, I actually, as a personal perspective, I like Clay better than Steph. Actually, I always have, because Clay play both sides of the ball tremendously.
Not that Steph can't play. Clay's defense just stands out more because he's taller. He can guard more positions than Steph.
Yeah,
that's the only difference. That's one of the bigger differences right there.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why, like, it was always the always say like the Stephon Marbury and Allen Iverson comparison. The reason why I was always a Marbury fan is because Marbury guarded who guarded him. And AI, even though AI was better offensively, AI would never guard the other team's top point guard or two guard because he was too small. You know what I mean? But I always use that comparison when I talk about playing Steph. But NBA playoffs has been dope this year to me so far.
Yes.
It's actually halftime now, and it's a 48-46 Phoenix Suns. DeAndre Ayton, put respect on his name too, because he's been balling. For Phoenix. But let's switch gears. We're gonna keep it basketball, but Detroit basketball. You want to talk about your boys, and they we're gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about them, and we're gonna talk about J Kidd and them too.
Wow.
We'll get to it.
I don't know what to say about this. It's like a lifelong dream. I've never seen Detroit Pistons with the number 1 pick of anything ever. We came close a couple of times, but never won. I don't know how to feel about this. Local news, sports talk, they've been saying Pistons, some callers been saying Pistons should trade their draft pick, but
yeah,
you don't do that in the NBA. NBA, you get that number 1 spot, you keeping it. You keep it 1, 2, and 3.
See, it depends.
It's not like football. It's not like football.
On what you can get for that number 1 pick. It depends. See, right now, I agree with you. Y'all should keep it because y'all really don't have that much talent.
We got pieces, but not.
You got Jeremy Grant. Who else?
What had happened? You see what had happened was.
You feel me?
I'm thinking that guy from Utah
last year. What's his name? He is good. Because he was start. At one point, he was starting over D Rose when D Rose was y'all. I can't remember his name. But the guard y'all got drafted last year was pretty good. I actually like him. But if y'all could trade that pick for an all-star caliber player,
it depends on which all-star, because I'm not trying to. I would rather have
Killian Hayes.
I want somebody who, if you want to do that, I would rather have somebody who is who got some life left in them, and not somebody who's in the middle or on their way out. All-star.
True.
Like I would take somebody like I would take Dame. I'll take Dame.
Y'all
some
ain't
draft
got
picks.
No, Dame would veto that trade immediately. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying on that caliber level. I'm not like LeBron, good as he is, he's on his way out. Let's face it. KD, too much wear and tear.
What if the Sixers trade Ben Simmons and another pick?
So that's the show for tonight, guys. We lost all cabin pressure here. He is on some edibles that's not even made yet. Wow.
Phil, what if the Sixers take that number 1 pick and give y'all Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris? Who you know what I mean? Tobias Harris skated.
He came back. So you want me to take Tobias Harris back? Yeah. He came from Detroit. I'm mad about the trade in the first place.
Y'all can have him back. The Sixers y'all can have him back.
All right, I'm taking Embiid then. I'm not taking Simmons. Y'all can start the process back over.
That's funny. That's funny. But since we're gonna stay on basketball, the coaching carousel has started. Rick Carlisle left the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
And now he actually today they just announced that he's the new head coach of the Indiana Pacers. And Jason Kidd is in talks with the Mavs. And the last I read, basically the deal was done. They're just waiting on the ink to dry. So what you think about those two things?
Jason Kidd going back to the team that he formed, or helped form and create and get that one chip. Because if you looked at the tape, I'm just going off script a little bit. He guarded LeBron in that finals that LeBron sucked. He took the defensive position for LeBron. So he has some pedigree to him. He got some pedigree to him and some silliness, because I don't know if you remember when he was coaching New Jersey, he had one of his players bump into him while he's water. I'm like, come on, dude. No. It's something about good players being coaches. I don't know.
Well, you got to think Jason Kidd actually, because yes, his first coaching gig was with the Nets. But he actually was the one who helped when he was coaching the Bucks, who helped Giannis start reaching his potential and start getting the Bucks on a win track. Giannis was kind of upset. I never forget. Giannis was pissed really when the Milwaukee Bucks let Jason Kidd go. He won the championship last year as an assistant coach with the Lakers. They actually wanted him to be the head coach, but people start bringing up a lot of stuff from his past, like when he played for Phoenix and he caught that domestic violence charge with his wife at the time. So they backed away. Same thing happened because Dame wanted him to be the coach in Portland this upcoming season, but people in Portland, the media brought that up. But as Rick Carlisle was leaving Dallas, Rick Carlisle actually suggested that they hire Jason Kidd as the coach because he has that much respect for J. Kidd and he feel like he deserved a job. I think it's a good fit because he'll help Luka. In my opinion, I think he'll help Luka. Help Luka facilitate the ball more. Because if you watch Luka, I don't know if you watched the Mavericks much this year. Luka got a tendency to be a ball. To dribble a little bit too much, shoot a little bit too much. and when you got a player like Porzingis, you render him useless basically because he depended on you to get him the ball, and you're not getting it to him.
Yeah, because the point guard is he is like playing chess. You're helping move the pieces and put them in the right spot to get the job done, and he's not doing it. I say he's like a C, B minus. If you want to say as in distributing and putting the pieces together, he's not doing a horrible job, but it can be a lot better and crisp.
That's a perfect analogy. That chess analogy. That's a perfect analogy.
You don't know what about that. You don't know about that though.
I told you, whenever you're ready. We could do a whole live. We could do a whole, StreamYard show. Best out of 3. You feel me? It'll be quick.
Quick? Yeah, because you gonna sacrifice your king for some reason. I don't know why you would do that. Just
sacrifice my king. That's funny. But so anything else you want to touch on before we get up out of here?
Just for fun and kicks and giggles, Suns in 4.
Your boy, the Suns in 4 guy. The Suns in 4
got popular. He got popular real quick. All beating somebody's tail.
Yeah, and for y'all out there that don't know, Suns in 4 guy, when they were playing the last round, Denver. He got into it. He's a fan, and he got into it with somebody. There you go. And the guy, I think he was Hispanic, excuse me, or Latinx, and the dude was kind of drunk, and the dude tried to sucker punch the Suns in 4 guy. Now that's new. I just realized what that was. That's an action figure.
Wow. Wow. He's that's popular right now.
Yeah, wow. I knew he was doing. He done got his YouTube channel up and everything, but damn, I didn't know he had an action figure.
Do you know he had Book got him conference finals tickets.
Yeah, Book did get him conference finals tickets.
He's at rallies. He got a couple of openings at bars.
Wow.
He's getting his 15 minutes of fame right now.
Yeah. And like I was saying, the Nuggets fan tried to sucker punch him. It was 2 of them.
Yeah.
He basically beat 2 guys up at once.
The other guy was like backed off. The other guy backed off. He's like, no, I don't want that smoke, dude.
Exactly. And he had the other one basically by his head, hitting me with uppercuts, still talking to the other guy, talking about Suns in 4, punching him in his head. Now I mean, the crowd was going crazy.
No, the 4 horsemen.
That's classic. That's classic. Some of our listeners, they too young for that. They don't know nothing about that. They did.
That's real wrestling. Well, yeah, that's real wrestling right there. They don't know about that. They don't want that smoke right there.
They don't want that smoke right there. My boy R. Anderson. Yeah, that was my boy R. Anderson.
And that spine buster, man.
Yeah. But I thought it was I ain't mad at it, to be honest with you. I ain't mad at him. If you get a chance to capitalize, I ain't mad at D-Book for supporting him. Now, I don't know if you know that I believe it was last game, another brawl broke out in the stands at the Phoenix Suns. The organization had to release a statement talking about we don't condone the violence because it was like a big brawl.
Wow.
Big one. Yeah. You know what I mean? The fans been wilding, man, since they've been let back in the arenas. The fans been on some other shit.
Have people forgot how to be civilized since the pandemic? What's going on?
I think yes. To answer your question straight out, yes. Because being in the house, being cooped up, not around people, a lot of people don't know how to deal with that. They don't know how to naturally I'm a loner. So, my routine really absolutely didn't change during the back. I like the state of myself, but most people not used to that. And then now they got this freedom back and they don't know what to do with themselves.
Dude, it's called, what's it called? The thing, self-control, that's what it's called. It's like, yes, you see it on TV, you used to curse, you used to throw stuff at your TV for a whole 365 days and some. You can't do that no more. You can't throw popcorn at the actual person, even though you know what, no matter how much you hate Russell Westbrook, you can't do that. You can't run on the court like you always wanted to in real life. Because I used to work security at for the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Mm-hmm. The stuff that went on when they caught those guys, I'm not going to discuss on. I'll tell you off the air, but just you can't do that.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it. I think I hope it doesn't continue, because what's going to end up happening is the league, especially the NBA, because the NBA is the only major sports league to where the fans are like right there. You feel me?
They actually pushed back a little bit. If you notice the Hawks, the last game, they showed the Hawks where you have to actually go past barriers now.
Exactly.
Not get so close to the fans.
And that's, if incidents like this keep happening, it's going to be, they're going to take even more stern measures to where now, normally what's one of the best things you see at the end of a basketball game when the players walk into the back, the crowd over there, high five, boom, boom, boom. It's going to be no more of that. It's going to be no more of that.
It's going to be the bubble in a minute. It's going to be, if they keep it up, it's going to be the bubble all over again. No fans except for people who are working the television crew and the people who actually open up the arena.
And I fully believe we haven't seen the worst yet. I think some people I think it's going to be a couple fans out there who's going to try to push the envelope still. They ain't even talk about it. It was at the Sixers game, the last game. Somebody threw something on the court.
Yeah.
Somebody threw something on the court. They tried not to talk about it, but they couldn't hide it because the cleaning crew
it's too obvious.
Yeah, the cleaning crew had to come out there and clean it up. You feel me? And they had to stop the game. You know what I mean? So I guess they've been told, the announcers, and been told to not acknowledge it, any bad fan activity. But if you was watching that game, you seen it. You seen it.
It's on the same level as the NFL players. When remember, these always have somebody run on the field or somebody streaking, where they used to put the camera on them. Now they cut it off of them. They go to the people in the booth now. It's like, yeah, we're not going to ignore the person behind the people in the booth. Like somebody's running on the field and stop and play.
Facts.
So it's just like they trying to not give these people the due, their 15 minutes of fame or stupidity. Because you lost the money, you lost the right to come in back in the arena, and you get hit with a hefty fine because that's basically trespassing.
Facts. All right, y'all. You know what I mean? That's the fan perspective. At the bottom of the screen, you can see all our shows that we got. Styles and Sevi recap every Wednesday. I was on there yesterday, you know what I mean, in the comments, grown folk. I was letting Styles, they talk about Loki was some type of nice guy. I don't know what they was talking about. Loki was a maniacal serial killer.
It was a mind stone. It was a mind stone.
But we're gonna talk about that another time. Check out Tuesdays. We want to welcome the new brother Hank to the GFT network, the How to Hustle podcast every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Check them there. You already know y'all catch us every other Thursday. The Fans Perspective, me and the homie Dane. I'm gonna get it right one day. Then you can get you can also catch the Queen of GFT network, Sunny, Sex with Sunny Live on 2 Fridays each month at 6 p.m. Eastern. Dope show. I was supposed to be on the show, the previous show. I was in the comments, but something came up. But it was a dope show. Everybody, check it out. New merch alert, GFT Radio Show merchandise at gftradio.creator/spring.com. Support us while we support you. Join the conversation. Log on to our if you got a Facebook, log on to our Facebook page, GFT Radio, our discussion. Dane run that. Keep doing that. Dane run that. You know, he the boss of that. He always on there. You can catch us on all the DSPs, Twitter, Instagram, at GFT Radio on Twitch, or GFT Radio Network on Facebook, GFT_radio on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, our website, gftradioshow.com. We live, man. Y'all can catch us everywhere. So from me to you, from us to y'all, that's the fans' perspective.
14.